What's happening? Sorry, I'm a little late. Somebody wanted to join us today. We got a very special guest. This is That's My Take. I am the narrator. It is Friday, October 20th, 2023. Since it is Friday, we're gonna start off before we start the show, we're gonna have a shot. Um Some go say it's water, others go no, it's chill tequila on a Friday, and I have no reason to BS anybody. But cheers, and let's get this show started. Oh yeah. In world news, White House reports North Korea has sent military equipment, ammunition, and other supplies to Russia. The White House has accused North Korea of sending hundreds of containers of military equipment and ammunition to Russia to use in the Kremlin's illegal war against Ukraine. National Security Council spokesman John Kay told reporters on Friday the shipments may come in the form of more than 1,000 containers headed from the Korean peninsula into the Russian territory. I think I touched on some of this about the possibility of World War III and how these bigger nations could possibly come together to form a defense against basically the world and or America, United States. I'm very anti-war. I don't believe in it. I am not an advocate of it, and I don't understand why throughout history there has always been warring factions. Something I'll never truly understand, but it's part of the world we live in, and I guess it's needed as much as I can loosely say that. Because if you have one faction taking over another faction, and that other faction happens to be of evil or against mankind and humanity, well, obviously we're going to have to form a defense to defeat this bad, evil, whatever the word, opposition or ops, like the young kids say. Moving on. France raises security level after school knife attack. The French Prime Minister, the French Prime Minister has put the country on its highest state of counterterrorism alert after an assassin fatally stabbed a teacher and seriously wounded two others. Witnesses say the knifeman shouted Allahu Akbar, or God is greatness, during the attack at a school in a North France town. He is now in custody. The attack emergency level has been used in previous counter-terrorist cases. The alert can trigger extra security deployments and public warnings. On Saturday, 7,000 soldiers were mobilized for increased security patrols, and the Louvre Museum in Paris was closed for security reasons. Speaking to French news agency AFP, police said the Palace of Versailles has also been evacuated on Saturday after a bomb threat. I really want to go to the Palace of Versailles one day just to see it in person. One of the things in history that I took a liking to was how I can't remember which king it was over there in France, but he built like this player's place just to chill, like House of Versailles. Definitely one of my bucket list things, but getting back to it. The alert came after an anonymous message online, a source close to the matter told AFP, adding that the palace, a major tourist attraction, would be closed at least for the rest of the day. The attack at Gambia High School in the northern city at about 11 local time on Friday came amidst raising tensions in France's sizable Muslim and Jewish communities due to the conflict between Israel and Hamas. Unless you've been under a rock or something, Hamas attacked Israel and they back to beefing. And we back to yelling peace in the Middle East. Seems like I've been yelling this my whole life. I'm 45 as of today, and peace in the Middle East was a saying when I was like a teen or a preteen. Moving on. Dublin Airport. Drugs worth almost €500,000 was seized, according to the Irish police and the Irish Revenue Service. They seized drugs with an estimated street value of €450 at a Dublin airport on Friday. So that was last Friday. Detector Dog Blue searched the luggage of a passenger who had disembarked a flight from Los Angeles. About 2.5 kilograms of herbal cannabis was found inside the baggage. A woman in her late 30s has been arrested and she was held for questioning. My take is that every day in every major airport is at least one person trying to get it in. Now, it could be anything from fruit to illicit drugs, but that's what people do. They try to get it in at the airport. People that do that type of stuff. Obviously, since 9/11, security has been beefed up, but these exploits still continue to happen as those in the smuggling world will continue to do just that. Let's move on to U.S. news. 3 people were killed in a shooting at a party in Denver, police say. 3 other people were wounded but expected to survive after police responded to reports of a shooting at an industrial storefront on East 39th Avenue in Denver. Police was called to the industrial storefront around 1:37 a.m. Saturday for reports of a shooting. One person was found dead from apparent gunshots. The Denver police said in a statement, 5 other shooting victims self-transported themselves to the hospital. 2 of them died and the others are expected to survive. A motive for the shooting remains unclear. Authorities say preliminary information indicates that there was a party occurring when the shots were fired from at least 2 firearms. That's wild to be in a party setting and you like really vibing and feeling it, and boom, you really, you know what I'm saying? I got hit with one. That's wild. Obviously, condolences to the ones that lost their life. And I get tired of saying that, but I mean, that's the world we live in. There's so much death. And I know my day coming. We all got a day. As soon as you start living, you got a day. But I'm just saying how, why, and for what reasons. At a party, yo, like, that's just wild to me. Seriously. Moving on. Flu and RSV starting to tick up nationwide. While overall spread of the viruses is low, experts say vaccine and masks can help keep it at bay. Flu cases are low nationwide. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reported Friday, but there are early signs that the virus is beginning to spread. Even though low levels will probably increase in the next couple of weeks, it is typical for the flu season, which tends to wrap up by December and peak by February. The agency is not detecting an unusually early rise in flu activity, like which occurred last year when kids and teenagers were hit especially hard. Most of the flu cases reported so far this season are influenza type A, specifically the H1N1 strain. Obviously, my take on this is to try your best and stay away from crowds, large gatherings, and right up under folks you don't know. I make it a conscientious effort to never be as close to somebody as I humanly have to be if I'm just meeting them. Obviously, in real estate, which I am a realtor, and this podcast is definitely not about real estate, even though I'm fresh off of work with my fresh, I'm a realtor pole low on. But what I'm trying to get at is, yeah, you get the handshake, but I'm already like a germaphobe, so my sanitizer is already there. So we shake hands. My mind already thinking when I get back to the car, sanitize. So from there, if I'm showing a house, I'm never right up on whoever that person is. They're either 4 steps ahead of me or I'm 4 steps behind them. 2 steps for reactionary purposes, another 2 steps to keep that social distancing. And that's just how I am. Like, I don't really, you know what I'm saying, be all up under folks. That's just not my thing. Never was. Again, my take is it's flu season coming like every season. Try your best to avoid direct contact with strangers. Or if you do, sanitize. And the reason I stress people that you don't know is because you don't know where them folks come from, where they been, where they going, what they done touch, what they could possibly spread, what type of stuff they dealing with. The unknown. Moving on. Man charged with planting explosives around roadways in Montana for months. James C., 57, and obviously bored, was arrested Tuesday on charges of felony criminal endangerment, possession of explosive, and possession of dangerous drugs, police said. The search warrant completed at 10:10 p.m. and the nearby Highway 312, which was shut down during the search, reopened to all traffic after teams rendered the search property as safe. James C. was remanded into custody at the Yellowstone County Detention Facility on charges of felony criminal endangerment, possession of explosives, and possession of dangerous drugs. Police haven't shared insight into the motive behind the bomb planting. He is currently held in Yellowstone County Jail with a bond set at $100K. It's not immediately clear if he has a lawyer, but it's definitely clear that he's out of his fucking mind. Listen, you're planting bombs or thinking about planting bombs or you got explosives and you got dangerous drugs. The shit just don't mix, man. Like, I don't know. Everybody got their own little thing, but my hobby is never planting explosives around roadways. Then he said he was doing it for months. Some people just need to sit down, bro. Like, we might need to sit him down for a little while, away from the explosives and roadways. Just my take on it. Moving on. And this is a wild one. A masked police officer robbed 3 Las Vegas casinos of $164,000 over several months. The mysterious man pulled up outside the Red Rock Resort and Casino in a pickup truck covered with trash bags. Wearing dark clothes, black latex gloves, and a mask over his face, he walked up to the cashier's cage and demanded money, his hand tucked into his pocket as if he was concealing a weapon. Definitely made cashiers scared, as they quickly handed over $74K in cash. Nobody got a look at his face, but after authorities reviewed the camera footage, the man had a noticeably limp walk. He appeared to kick out his left foot as he walked. A big clue. The next 3 months, 3 casinos were hit to the total of again $164,000 and ended with the arrest of Caleb R., who happened to just be an officer with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I can't make this shit up. And this is not that segment. This is pretty much the end of U.S. news. But yes, I can't make this shit up. All right. So this week, the judge over the case gave his ass 12 years fed time. Using casino cameras, showed the noticeable kick in his left leg over and over from casino to casino, along with the gun that was on his person when he was arrested, that was later checked and labeled to be a Las Vegas Police Department issued firearm. Not only did he hit the casinos, but he hit them with the police goods and services. One of the witnesses said, he repeatedly said, "Don't do nothing stupid. This is not your money." Again, I can't make this shit up. And this is not that I can't make this shit up. That was the end of U.S. news. I want to take a short break and move on to hip hop and entertainment news. All right. Sad news to report coming out the gate. DJ Mac, better known as the 45 King, has passed away at age 62. If you're not familiar with him, you're probably familiar with his iconic crew, the Flavor Unit, along with Queen Latifah. One of the strongest hip hop crews of all times. Flavor Unit also brought a little group called Outkast to the forefront, and the Dudgeon family, as they were their production crew. But getting back to DJ Mac, just to name some of the tracks he produced: Hard Knock Life for Jay-Z, one of Jigga's songs that propelled him to commercial stardom. Eminem's Stan, which to this day stands as one of the deepest "I'm a crazy fan" for rapper songs in the history of hip hop. So much so that now there are stans that call you a stan of a stan. But yeah, a Bronx native, he came up in the mid 80s NY rap scene. And the man passed the day after his birthday, man. Condolences. And thank you for your contributing efforts to hip hop. And I know it's a long list of other artists that they said he worked with, and it was a long list. So dude definitely put in work. But the two that I mentioned them for a reason, because again, those were commercially mega hits. And some will say, well, the Jay-Z one is a heavy sample. Then they'll say the Stan one is not only a heavy sample, but it was a current song that Dido took a back seat for. If you remember the history of Stan in that song. But as an artist, I don't feel like a sample make, break, or take from any beat. I believe a sample does just that. It adds a sample to a beat. Now, if it fits, it ride. If it don't fit, it collides. That's just my take on sampling. But again, rest in peace to DJ Mac, leader of the Flavor Unit, the 45 King, great hip hop producer. Definitely want to say condolences and thank you. Moving on. Suge Knight is about to jump in this lane we call podcasting and social creating. I don't know his format, but I do know the show title will be Collect Calls with Suge Knight, and it's set to launch October 31st. The trailer hints at people and events Suge will be addressing. Suge will also plan on taking calls from listeners. Speaking of taking calls from listeners, my email address, dmaho@yahoo.com, is in the description. If anybody ever want to call in, it's not about making a donation to call in. Donations are appreciated. But if you want to call in and stay on topic with what we're talking about tonight, the show that we're talking about currently. Because as a historian, things that just happened, whether you like it or not, is history. As long as we stay on topic, we definitely could call in, email in, chat in, and discuss any of the takes and topics that, I spew that day. But staying on point, Suge, he teamed up with Dave Mays. And if you don't know who Dave Mays is, he's the co-founder of The Source for this new podcast. And I'm looking forward to it. Like, I don't want to bore y'all with my Suge Knight story. And I know a lot of people feel like I be bullshitting, but I ain't got no reason to lie. Like, I met Suge. Like, it was a chance encounter, and it was a quick encounter. I was in Vegas. I want to say it was the New Palms, because there's a couple Palms casinos, but I want to say this was the new one. And I'm drunk. I'm probably at least a half a good sized bottle of Crown in, because I'm feeling it. And I see Suge. Man, listen, I'm out there in Vegas for a rap convention, some little bullshit. I don't know if y'all listen to my show or if it's your first time, but the last show I talked about the seminar hustle. Well, I was victim of the seminar hustle when I was trying to be a rapper and get on and get discovered and all this other bullshit they tell you as a new artist. You got to go do these conferences and you got to do this. And don't get me wrong, some of this shit's cool, but a lot of this shit is money grabs, money grabs. So there's really no other way to say it, but I'm out there fucked up. I see Suge. I just got off of performing at some club, some type of conference, I don't know who the fuck it was. I don't even remember. This was like '08. And I see Suge. I'm like, say, bro. And it's me walking up to Suge. Dapped him off, all that. I rap. My CD's in the car. I'm going to be right back. If you go be right here, I won't go get you a CD. Suge like, all right, boom. He cool. I go get the CD. I bring it to him. That's the end of the Suge story. Never got a call from Suge. But that's my Suge story. And that's the truth. No reason to lie. Story ended right there. So for everybody that thought it was gonna be, you got your ass, I got my ass kicked by Suge. He disrespected. No, Suge was cordial to a real nigga, because real ones know real ones. Like it's something, Like I don't profess to be the realest nigga, but them real niggas feel me, nigga. You know. I'm just a regular guy, bro. I don't really know. I get older and I try to figure out life as it go, but I don't know. I right now I'm sticking to the script, and that's raising my boy, staying in his life. In this real estate thing, I really don't know. Like I'm at odds with this shit. Like I could do this shit for the rest, or I could rest right now and do some other shit. Like real estate, it'd be pissing me off, but let's get back to it. I know y'all like this nigga and just jumped off on a serious tangent. But yeah, Suge doing a podcast. I met Suge, no bullshit. Moving on, Joe Budden for a while now been kind of like getting at DJ Envy about this real estate fraud investigation shit. To bring y'all up to speed, DJ Envy's co-art, co-D, homeboy, Caesar P. He's been arrested. He's also out. I just saw his brother talking real greasy to Tony the closer. Like this shit heating up. The feds did visit the Breakfast Club, the actual set of the Breakfast Club. Envy has yet to be arrested, but there's allegations that he's singing, and I wouldn't be surprised. But again, Joe Budden, he always been in the background, kind of, what I'm saying, questioning these real estate deals and education, which ain't nothing but seminar scams. You could run one, I could run one. It's so many folks gullible to the facts and don't know what's going on that you could wake up and easily put together a seminar scam in damn near any industry and get your 50 ducks. You will get your 50 ducks. If you put it on right, the right hotel, you're going to get 50 fucking ducks. And out of that 55 of them is probably ready to turn over their life savings, long as you stick to the script. I don't live like that, but I'm just saying. Moving on. BMF, or the Black Mafia family, allegedly is still in operations in their underworld illicit activities. With a number of people indicted recently in the St. Louis area and large amounts of cash, firearms, and illegal substances seized, the DEA was shocked at the size and scale of the latest incarnation of BMF and the Black Mafia family. I have no BMF stories except I was in a club in Atlanta one night. I don't think it was Meech, but it was definitely BMF. The black shirts with the BMF, the tattoos that say BMF. I definitely was in a club with BMF people, and it was a strip club, and it was a nice night. And yes, they threw a lot of money. I can vouch for that. Like if I'm in the strip club, I'm throwing money too, because at this time, especially me in my 20s, shit, I just ain't give a fuck. I'm gonna just keep it real. Like my son came, I was 32, is when I literally started slowing down in terms of living a wild life. And nah, I ain't the wildest, and nah, my stories ain't fucking about to be told by 8 generations later like Bumpy Johnson and all this. But I survived, I did my thing, and I took care of what I had to take care of when I had to take care of it. And I mean, as an old head and believe in old law, that's about all you'll get out of me for in terms of what I did or didn't do. So other than that, it's history, like I just told y'all. But the BMF family, I guess, I mean, they had like 11 motherfuckers that they named on these indictments, bro. Like this shit is alive and well, I guess. Or somebody's carrying it on. And I don't know if it's a direct thing or indirect thing, but like the DEA said, they were shocked at the size and scale of the latest incarnation of the Black Mafia family. Man, we got TV shows and seasons and people waiting on episodes of BMF. Or did it cancel? I ain't gonna lie, I never followed it in terms of watching it. After the first Power, I was kind of just, I'm cool with the spinoff and Tariq and Mary J. and now Method Man and the white boy going to Chicago, but he running shit soon as he get there. Like, it just went too much for me. So I didn't really follow it, and I don't follow it. And I mean, I just don't watch much TV. I'm more like a sports fanatic. Like most of my time, energy is spent on sports. And with that in mind, I can't make this shit up. Then we go talk sports. But looking at the clock, I literally only have what's 9 plus 10, 19 minutes. Because I got to get my boy to baseball practice where I am the assistant coach. I'm the dugout dude, the water boy. Like, I gotta get him there at 5:30. So we gonna do my next segment, which is I can't make this shit up. One of my favorite famous segments. We gonna do sports, and then obviously this day in history, which I like the one I found today, and it's deeply rooted in who I am. So I look forward to that. But moving on, I can't make this shit up. In this segment, I will give you a story that is true, real, but weird, or just don't even sound like it could even be true. But a Connecticut man who found a bag containing nearly 5K in cash outside a bank and claimed finders keepers had a criminal charge against him dropped after he gave the money back. It turned out the money belonged to the town of Tramble's tax collector's office, and a town employee had dropped the bag mistakenly while walking to the bank to make a deposit. The bag had the bank's name on the outside, a deposit slip on the inside saying who it belonged to. Well, he took the bag, he left. He was ID'd through cameras and arrested, obviously. He went to court. He ended up bringing the money back in terms of a cashier's check, from what the story said. And I can't make this shit up. They dropped the charges. I don't really know what to say about this one, but cameras. That's what I'm gonna say about this one. Always remember, when you think somebody's not watching, a camera is watching. Keep that thought, and you might be all right. Seriously. Moving on to sports, we'll start and work our way back. Obviously, my Saints, I don't know what to say. I really don't. My Saints lost. Thursday night football, Jaguars. I don't know what to say about the Saints except they just can't get right. I feel like coaching in front office got to go because we got the personnel, in my opinion. I really believe we got the personnel. I really do believe that. What we don't have is a good front office to make sound fucking decisions. And that's just my opinion on it. Like, seriously, that's just my opinion on it. Colorado, we got to talk about it. Dion, Coach Prime, everybody who watch my show know how much of a fan I am of Coach, but we got to talk about it. We're up 29-0 at the half against Stanford. In the second half, you end up losing the game. Terrible loss, terrible coaching, terrible player execution. Colorado, y'all have to do better. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You have to do better. You have to. Speaking of doing better, Coach Prime did land a top 4 quarterback recruit for 2025, though. I was proud to read that. Colorado added an important recruit on Friday when ESPN Junior 300 quarterback Antoine H.J. H. Jr. Again, we don't say last names here on That's My Take. I mean, unless you're famous, we're not here to say last names. There's nothing good or bad. I just want everybody to know that this is an entertainment show. I do give a lot of information, but I have no knowledge of anything except today is September 20th, 2023. And in 14 minutes, I got to leave here. Seriously. But this guy is the number 49 prospect overall in the 2025 class and the number 4 quarterback in the cycle as well. He is 6'5", 215 pounds from Houston, County High School in Warren Robins, Georgia. And he had offers from Bama, Georgia, Clemson, LSU, Florida, and plenty others, and he chose Prime. That's a good look. I look forward to the future. I really do. Like the future looks bright in Colorado. They need obviously a bigger, tougher upfront defense, a bigger, tougher upfront offensive line to protect this quarterback and future quarterbacks. Speaking of quarterbacks, I gotta get on him. Shador, like, don't do social media at halftime, whether you're winning or losing. That little bit of juju could have cost y'all a fucking game. And I ain't saying I'm into like juju and bad vibes and you do one thing, karma could instantly get you. But I'm saying, don't tweet, socialize, Instagram, none of that, because you're playing a game from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. Don't do it. That just give them like gasoline to just burn your ass. Don't do it. I had to get that in. Moving on. We know baseball heating up with the playoffs last night. Diamondbacks, they ended up winning because if they'd have went down 3-0, it would have been their ass because the Phillies, I believe, will win it all. That's just what I think. A lot of people think it's going to be the Rangers because they're pitching, but I feel like their series is tied 2-2 right now, and the Astros is up 1-0. So that could easily be the Astros knocking the Rangers out. But it's a lot going on with baseball. And I just want to say that no, I don't watch baseball during the year. No, I don't watch baseball for real. And no, baseball is not my favorite sport. But my son made me really get into baseball. And now that I'm into baseball, I watch it and I follow it, especially when the playoffs start. We are in the ALCS and the NLCS, like game 4 and game 5, respectively. Like this is coming down to what two teams will be in the World Series, and I dig that about baseball. But baseball is just long. You got a long season, you got long games, you got long innings. Sometimes it's just long. So, I mean, with that being said, obviously, baseball is like third for me. I like football, basketball. Damn, I might say tennis, then baseball. Might say tennis, then baseball, y'all. Like keeping it real. Like, I don't know. Baseball's slow. I'm into it though. I mean, I'm coaching and I'm learning and getting more accustomed to stuff. What happened else in sports I could mention before we get out of here? Let's see here. We talked about Dion. Okay. What's his name? Fields for the Chicago Bears. He won't be playing this week. Justin Fields has been ruled out for Sunday's game against the Raiders. Dislocated thumb on his right hand. Fields, 25, was classified as doubtful on Monday and did not practice during the week. A thumb, that's hard to do when you're a quarterback. You need that thumb. I won't say I broke. Which one was it? I don't even remember, but I dislocated a thumb and I played tennis, excuse me, on the high school and college level. And that thumb being out of whack affected everything in terms of my swing and all. I remember that. Like, so he's out. Let's look up and see some matchups that's coming this weekend in college and whatchamacallit in the NFL. Penn State versus Ohio State. That should be a good one. Ohio State is favored by 5. I think that's going to be a good one. The Alabama-Tennessee game. Alabama is heavily favored by 9. I don't believe that. Like, I really don't, but I think that's going to be a good matchup. I'm just trying to pinpoint a couple good matchups before I get out of here. Not LSU, Auburn, Ole Miss. I know y'all pay attention. I'm an Auburn fan, so I'm gonna obviously highlight that one. LSU, my home team from Louisiana, they got Army. Hopefully we get a win there. What else? I see USC got Utah. I think Utah about to wax that ass. That's just my opinion. Stanford, USC, UCLA. That's that round. Oh, Washington got Arizona State. And let's see, Duke and Florida State. That's supposed to be a pretty big matchup. And Texas at 8, they got Houston. That should be an easy win. Tulane, they're ranked 23rd. One of my home teams, they got North Texas. I didn't know Missouri was ranked 20th. They got South Carolina. Oregon ranked 9th. They got Washington State. Air Force, they ranked 22nd. They got Navy. All right, let's move on to the NFL and see what's going on over there in terms of some matchups. Where we at? NFL, where you at? I don't even have NFL like quick. I thought it'd be quick. They got NBA, and I know that's still play. What is called preseason. If I'm not mistaken, Cavs got the Pacers tonight at 6. Flamingo, who the hell is that? They got the Magic. This got to be. Let's see what's going on with the Orlando Magic. They're playing Flamingo. Who is the Flamingo? What's going on? What is Flamingo? Flamingo. Somebody cue me in, because I don't know. I'm trying to see who the hell that is, but they don't have no information on them. I don't know who that is, but they're playing Flamingo, whoever that is. And the Hawks got the 76ers. And I know the James Harden thing been in the news a lot lately. I haven't been following it as much, except I know he won't out, and I heard he won't go to the Clippers. The Wizards got the Raptors, Pistons got the Mavs, Heat playing the Rockets, the Grizzlies got the Bucks, and the Spurs got my Warriors, and that's tonight at 9. I'm probably going to be watching that game. I kind of miss. I'm mad. I missed the Sacramento Kings game last night against the Warriors. Steph had a great night. I saw the highlights. I was again kind of upset. I didn't catch that one. Why they don't have any football? Like I'm gonna say NFL in terms. I know it's Wednesday, but I can't even call out who playing this Sunday because I'm not seeing none of the lineup, which is weird to me. Like very. Let's search and just put in NFL. Let's put that in. There we go. All right. Browns got the Colts. Bills got the Patriots. Commanders, which is Washington, they got the Giants. Lions playing the Ravens. That should be a good one. Raiders at the Bears. Again, Fields is out. Falcons playing the Bucks. I'm on a pool there. Hopefully I can win some money. Steelers playing the Rams. The Cardinals got the Seahawks. Packers got the Broncos. Chargers got the Chiefs. And a game that I'm looking forward to is that Dolphins versus the Eagles. And it's going to be Sunday night, NBC game. The Monday night game is the 49ers versus the Vikings. I'll definitely see y'all before the end of that game, which is next Monday again, because I am on 2 times a week, and that's live, twice a week. That's my Take podcast. Before we get up out of here, this day in history. Very, very important to me. You say, why? Why is it so important to you? Well, this day in history in 1803, October 20th, the U.S. Senate ratified the Louisiana Purchase. Yes, the Louisiana Purchase. Y'all may look at Louisiana as just that little bitty boot, but at one time, the Louisiana Purchase made a third more of America, a third more at the time. Great purchase. I don't remember the actual prices, but I'm glad it was done because America got the great state of Louisiana. And I always say it, I'm not biased, but my state is the very best. If I ever was to get my mind right and retire with enough money, I would move back to my state, but I have to be away from, I got to keep it real. The motherfuckers who just don't give a fuck about life and just want to harm you. I got to be far away from them, but still can enjoy my city. That's my goal in life. And maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. But we're going to keep striving for greatness. Again, this has been That's My Take with Nug the Narrator. I want to thank all y'all for joining in. Please tell a friend to also tell another friend that it don't hurt to subscribe to my channel. So tell your homeboy or your homegirl, look, that's my take. Subscribe, hit the button. He ain't talking about nothing negative on some trying to down people and all that. I'm about uplifting. And on that note, I'm going to say goodbye because, again, I got to go coach. And this is what I choose to do, just like I choose to do this podcast and trill with y'all twice a week. Again, That's My Take podcast. Has been fun, but we done. Peace.